They called him small, fragile, and weak. But the world would soon learn that Lionel Messi was made of something different. Born on June 24th, 1987, in Rosario, Argentina, Messi's feat told a story long before he ever spoke of one. In the narrow streets of his hometown, a tiny boy with a big dream dribbled past older kids like they were ghosts. There was magic in his stride, something unteachable, something divine. But behind the magic was a painful reality. At age 10, Messi was diagnosed with a growth hormone deficiency. His body wasn't developing like other kids. It was a cruel twist of fate. His family struggled to afford the expensive treatment. His father, Jorge, worked at a steel factory. His mother, Celia, cleaned houses. They loved their son deeply, but love doesn't pay medical bills. Clubs in Argentina noticed Messi's talent, but didn't want to cover his treatment. The boy who could outplay anyone was being overlooked because of his size and condition. Just when it seemed hope was slipping through their fingers, a miracle came, but not from home. A scout in Spain sent a tape of Messi to FC Barcelona. The club's technical director, Charlie Rexach, saw what others had failed to fully grasp. He invited the Messi family to Spain. After a brief trial, Rexach was so impressed he offered Messi a contract on a napkin, the only piece of paper available at that moment. That napkin would become the foundation of one of football's greatest dynasties. At La Masia, Barcelona's youth academy, Messi grew not just in size but in stature. The treatment began, and so did the transformation. He was shy, often silent, but when the ball was at his feet, he spoke louder than anyone. Coaches saw brilliance. Teammates saw something they'd never seen before. Even among the future stars of La Masia, Messi was different. At 17, he made his senior debut for Barcelona. In his early years, he was the understudy to Ronaldinho, the Brazilian wizard who lit up the Camp Nou. But soon the torch passed, and Messi became the central figure. His style was surreal. Low center gravity, rapid acceleration, impossible balance. He could twist through 3 defenders in a single motion, score from angles no one dared to try, assist in ways no playbook taught. In 2009, under Pep Guardiola, Barcelona entered their golden era. Messi was at the heart of it all. He wasn't just scoring goals. He was redefining football. Tiki-taka, quick passes, positional play. Messi turned tactics into poetry. That year, he helped the club win an unprecedented sextuple, 6 trophies in 1 year. He won his first Ballon d'Or, and the world finally bowed. But greatness doesn't come without burden. In Argentina, fans worship Diego Maradona, and Messi, despite all his club success, was never fully embraced. He was called cold, emotionless, not patriotic enough. Every time Argentina failed, the fingers pointed at him. Copa America finals, World Cup finals, Messi tasted defeat over and over in the national colors. The tears he cried in the 2016 Copa America final, after missing a penalty, broke the hearts of fans worldwide. He announced his retirement from international football. Argentina mourned. They begged him to return. He did, and then came the resurrection. In 2021, after years of pain and near misses, Messi led Argentina to Copa America glory. He lifted the trophy, surrounded by teammates who adored him, against Brazil in Brazil. It wasn't just a win, it was healing. The boy who had once felt unwanted by his own country was now their greatest hero. But life was still cruel. In 2021, after over 2 decades with Barcelona, Messi was forced to leave. The club, buried in financial crisis, could no longer afford to register his contract. Messi wept during his final press conference at Camp Nou. He didn't want to leave. Barcelona was his life. But he left not by choice but by necessity. He joined Paris Saint-Germain. The City of Lights welcomed him, but the fit was never quite right. Though he won the league, the joy wasn't the same. The bond between player and club wasn't there. And then in 2022, as if destiny had been waiting, came the biggest moment of all, the World Cup in Qatar. Argentina, under Lionel Scaloni, marched forward with determination. Messi led with fire. He wasn't the shy boy anymore. He was a warrior, the leader, the master. Goal after goal, assist after assist, Messi carried Argentina to the final. Against France, it was a game for the ages. Messi scored. Mbappe responded. Extra time. More drama. Penalties. And then glory. Messi kissed the World Cup trophy. He lifted it high. At long last, he had done it. Everything he ever dreamed of. Everything his country ever asked. The boy who was once rejected for being too small now stood on top of the world, in the desert, surrounded by billions of admirers. He returned to PSG, but soon made another surprising move, this time to Inter Miami. Critics questioned it, but Messi didn't care about critics anymore. He brought his magic to America. He filled stadiums, brought new eyes to football, and continued to play with joy. Wherever he went, love followed. He was more than numbers, more than records, more than goals. He was a story, one perseverance, grace, and quiet greatness. He wasn't loud like others. He wasn't built like others. But no one could do what he did. Messi's story is a reminder that greatness isn't always loud, tall, or brash. Sometimes it's quiet, humble, and relentless. Sometimes the smallest boy in Rosario grows up to become the greatest footballer the world has ever seen. And when the final whistle blows on his career, the world will not forget the name, Lionel Andres Messi. Please subscribe and follow for more.